Alrighty guys, welcome on back to some more Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Last episode, we made it here to Eternia and made our way through a series of boss fights, found Edea's mother, and then made it to the capital of the duchy. After that, we went ahead and called the episode because I had a couple things I needed to do between episodes. And so we'll go over that here in a second. But before that, if you guys do like this video and the series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers by August, so it'll really help me out, and it'll help make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. So, a couple things I did between episodes. First off, I ran over here to this right side, because I was like, there's definitely something over here. In fact, I checked the left side too, because you can see up in that top left corner, there's also a little clearing. We will be going there very soon as well, probably in the next 2 or 3 episodes. But then after this, I actually ran all the way back down to where we started the duchy last episode and hopped on my boat. Flew all the way back to Ankheim, which was the second city we ever visited. It was the Clockwork City, so that way I could pick up 3 more of these star pendants. I went ahead and equipped everybody with them because we will need them very, very soon. Also, this enemy here that we're running through right now has a Mandragora, I think, enemy, which will poison your entire party and deal just a ton of damage. So we'll show that off as we're going back through here. But then we made it to this town again, and as soon as I walked in the town, it started a cutscene. I did go ahead and just reload a save so that way we could view it together, and that's where we are now. And then, per usual, we can go ahead and go check out our village here, which has all of our stuff completed. Bonus equipment available, the Falcon Knife. Bonus equipment available, the Labrys. Bonus equipment available, Royal Crown. Bonus equipment available, Silver Glaive. Special move parts available. Bonus equipment available, Bravo Bikini. I think that means we only have one more place that's not maxed out, right? Because the bonus equipment's for when you max out. Yeah, it's just the Valley parts, I believe. Wow. We're only on Chapter 4, and we can get the Valley parts done in 1 hour. That's insane. The Lordly Robes. Unfortunately, we have nowhere near enough money, but still fun that we get that. So, let's go ahead and walk into this town. Gravemark Village.
What is this place, Edea?
A very good question. I never knew there was such a village on the Eastern Passage's byway.
Marja, is that you?
Huh?
I am mistaken. You are much too young, though there is a resemblance. Might I have your name, young one?
Edea.
Of course. That explains the resemblance. This is the birthplace of the Lord Marshal and his wife, the Lady Marzer.
What's this? I'd never heard of such a place before.
Why are there so many graves?
So you know naught of the Great Plague? Well, perhaps it is best that way.
Interesting. The Great Plague, huh? Well, if we come down here, we can actually find an ice charm. And then, if we come up here, we can find a light curtain. It seems like there's not much here. Will this guy tell me anything else?
Yes, perhaps. What is it?
I guess, what is the Great Plague?
Yes, the Great Plague. 20 years have passed since it first struck. A sickness that began in eastern lands soon spread, wreaking havoc across the world ere it reached our land. It struck the year after your parents were wed and moved to the city, you know. Once the plague took root in Gravemark Village, all roads out of the village were closed. It was on orders from the head temple of the Crystal Orthodoxy, ruler of this land at the time. But I still believe they made the right choice. After all, the city of Eternia was spared the Great Plague's devastation. Millions upon millions across the world lost their lives in a matter of months ere the plague subsided. And I have been tending the graves ever since. Your parents paid us a visit upon the road's reopening, you know. They seemed truly sorry that their hometown had to be forsaken for the good of the city. Yes.
I guess we'll just ask about my parents, or Edea's parents.
Your mother and father were born right here in this village. Though they were 5 years apart, they were quite close, you know. They lived near each other, and their families got along quite well. It was as if they were brother and sister. At age 18, your father left to enter an elite school in the city of Eternia. He was the great hope of the village, you know, and he did all in his power not to disappoint. He eventually graduated at the head of his class and made a name for himself in the city. The pride and joy of our village he was. It was 21 years ago when your father asked for your mother's hand in marriage. She just 19, and he but 24. So it was they began a new life together in the city of Eternia. It was the following year that the Great Plague struck our village, wiping out most of the residents. Yes, perhaps. What is it?
Looks like that's all the information for us. We can stay the night if we need to rest, but we don't need to. I wanted to swing by here just because I don't think we ever actually have to come here with the main story, so it's going to be a fun place to check out. Wasn't very fun, though. Pretty depressing. And so, we're going to run all the way back to the area we were at. It's interesting because they've talked about this place as being massive and like this huge empire, but the only city we saw felt honestly smaller than like the other two cities we've been to. Not smaller than Florum, because Florum's made to look small, but smaller than both the place we were at last time, but also Ankheim. They both feel bigger. Hybrid, huh? I'm just going to take a wild guess that they're going to be physical attackers, so let's examine and throw a Utsusume. And I'm also going to guess that they're going to use their BP here. Yep, that's what I was worried about. Weak to rock. I'm glad I didn't use fire, actually, then. Let's see what happens here. Good transience there. Ooh, went for defaults. That's a kill. Yep. I honestly completely expected that to happen if he got hit right there. Very unfortunate, but that's honestly, again, what I was expecting. So let's just go ahead. I think we're just going to go all out here, and I think we're going to actually shell split both of them. And then, honestly, just double damage both of them. We're about to be at another save point where we can re-heal and get all of our MP back, so... Oh, that's bad. But yeah, I really need you to go. Yep, there we go. That kills that one, and it kills the other one. Good stuff. That is a level for Ringabel. Between episodes, I got some fights. Tiz got a level, and Ringabel got a job level up, but nothing we need to be concerned about because I won't be using that job skill. I don't plan on it, at least. We have pretty much all the skills we want right now. Only thing that could be better is the song MP, like, support skill. And so, we'll run back inside the castle. And this is the point where if you do not have your poison resist items, go make sure you get them. If you need to, run back to Enkheim, pick some up, because this is going to be a very, very tough fight if you do not have poison immunity. Go ahead and rest. In fact, I would say this is probably the hardest fight up to this point if you do not have the poison immunity. We'll go through this right path as it told us to.
What? This...
Look!
What is that?
Silence, if you please. She would likely perish if we were to disturb her now.
Victor S. Court? What is the meaning of this? Who or what exactly is that child?
Allow me to tell you a story, if I may.
In other words, you're stalling for time. Time enough to replenish Victoria's power.
No, that is not my intention. This treatment is merely a bid to save her life. Now, about that story. In truth, it is a tale of the not-too-distant past. Once upon a time, in a place not of this land, there was an orphan child suffering an incurable disease. Her name was Victoria. Abandoned by physicians and all around her, she simply waited upon her inevitable demise, all the while gasping in pain and despair. But hearing her voiceless pleas, the Lord Marshal took her in his arms and brought her back to Eternia.
My father did that?
Were it not for his lordship, her fragile life would have soon been snuffed out. I am sure you are well aware, Edea, but science and medicine in our land have advanced greatly with the use of white magic. I was pulled from my studies on the Earth Crystal to treat her. And yet my treatments were still experimental, incomplete. She survived, but ill effects linger. Side effects graver still than her original condition. Fits like that you witness strike periodically, and their frequency increases with each day. Violent turns of mood soon stripped her of any semblance of self-control. Each time her tiny form is racked with pain, I ask myself, knowing the result, would I still have intervened as I did? But ever is my answer the same. As long as I draw breath, I will see that she does too. No matter how she suffers, I'll not allow her to die. She is both my crime and my redemption, my ego, my joy. I dedicate my entirety to her, and know no greater pleasure.
What nonsense. I mean, really, Victor, that was so boring and really long, too.
Forgive me, Victoria. How do you fare now?
Back to my old self, but I don't think I could take another one of those fits. Now, let's take care of these fools once and for all. To think you'd just stand around twiddling your thumbs when you had a second chance to finish me. But that just proves you're the fools I knew you were.
Victoria!
Don't blame me. You're the ones who just dug their own graves.
And so, here we go. The fight with Victor and Victoria for real this time. Let's go ahead and start with an examine on Victoria and have everyone else default. You can see she has 70,000 HP and weak to light, so we have nothing that'll be weak to her. And that right there is the reason we equipped our poison resist. She will spend her turns poisoning us, and then we'll see if it'll happen this time. Examine Victor, he has 80,000 HP, weak to dark. All elemental attacks up, and she'll throw a poison at us again. I am pretty sure because we're immune to poison, what she's going to do is she's going to try to poison us every single turn. If we are ever poisoned, she will unleash an attack that will do a crazy amount of damage if you are poisoned. Which means the other alternative, if you don't want to do poison resist on everybody, is to have Ringabel using his medication ability. He can use widen area, and he can throw an antidote on every single party member. That is about the only other way to get away from her poison attack, because it is so much damage that it can kill you outright just from being poisoned. It's deadly. I highly recommend you just go get 4 of the equipments that makes you immune to poison before you fight this. So, let's see what we can do here. Let's start with a default, because he still has Instasume up. No, he doesn't. Let's go ahead and throw that up, even though I don't think either one of them is going to be attacking physically here. I think this is going to be a much easier fight now. Yeah, there's Corpse. That's a Doom status effect. So we'll go ahead and just default here. I think we can cure that with Asunaga now, because Asuna wouldn't have got rid of it. But I do believe Asunaga will get rid of Doom. Ooh, or maybe the only difference is that it affects everybody. There's that as well. Let's just try it, see if it gets rid of Doom. If not, we have tons of items we can use. We can also go ahead and concoct some if we need to, with the compounding. Yeah. I'm not too worried about it. We do have that turn Toxic, which honestly I might just use on Victor. But first we need to buff everybody up. So, per usual, let's go ahead and do our Love Powers. And honestly, because they're not hitting physically, I can just Love Power twice and call it a day. As for Edea, let's go ahead and start with a Shell Split. Again, the biggest threat right now is Victor, because Victoria's poison thing is basically null. It's not going to do anything. Shell Split Victor. Let's go ahead and default one more time. I will go ahead and cure his poison because Asunaga clearly doesn't work. So let's just throw a Cura, honestly, just on myself. And then Ringabel, I believe you should have a way for us to cure that, right? Should just be with, I think the Remedy will get rid of it, right? Ooh, actually, there might not be anything that does get rid of Doom. Because it's not Remedy. I'll try it again just to see what happens here. Deeb is about to go all out anyway, so we're going to deal crazy amounts of damage here. Let's just double damage Victor a whole bunch. And then just a regular attack on him. Ooh, hit me with a dark. That's going to hurt. Doesn't get rid of Doom, unfortunately, so we'll just have to let that go ahead and kill off Tiz, but we'll be able to use his abilities before he drops here. Because I will just go ahead and do normal attacks. Sure, we'll just do Ikakus, that attack, just to get more attacks here. And then go ahead and target Victor. He won't die till the end of the turn, so I actually do just need to heal Edea this turn. And then Ringabel, let's have some fun with you. Let's go ahead and turn Toxic. I do I mean, that's solid damage. How much does this do? Just MP damage? We'll throw an X potion at Victor. I'm curious what this is going to do here. Edea has a chance of dropping here. Honestly, let's just go all out with her too, because if she does fall here, I'd prefer to... Yep, there she goes. I was like, I'd prefer she gives it her best before she goes down. Ooh, looks like he cannot be poisoned. And this is totally fine. We're just going to go ahead and boost 3 times. Throw a raise at Edea, a raise at Tiz. And then a Curada at everyone. Ringabel, just default. Ooh, missed me with that one. If you don't mind having to use raises, then just let her hit you with corpse. Her biggest threat's corpse at this point, because poison won't do anything, and unless she hits you for the 400 damage she's going to be doing, there's not really a reason to be concerned. I will just have everyone default here.
You, a mere vestal, dare hinder my every move.
Yep.
Your early years may be tragic indeed, but I cannot forgive what you've done! You stole the life of a dear friend from me!
Vengeance? I can relate to that. I've no interest in the Grand Marshal's fancy ideas. But we do agree on one thing. The need to crush the orthodoxy. Total annihilation would be too easy on them. They'll all pay for what they did to me.
Had that music a little too loud for a while, so I'm hoping that first part doesn't get copywritten. That would suck. Let's go ahead and... Honestly, I guess just default. I think the best plan is just going to be to default every time. Actually, Ringabel, let's have you do one more for you. Just get Tiz caught back up. And then on yes, it just kind of sucks that they keep targeting Edea, and she's not really doing anything here. We'll do another... We'll do... Ooh, yeah, we'll do one more one for you on Tiz. Have Edea default here. Then next turn she can... Oh, that's get killed. Oh, barely hung on. That will make it so that way she gets her buff here. So, Tiz default on yes. Curada everyone. Ringabel do our double love power. Edea shell split on Victor. I wonder if I can shell split twice. I don't think it works that way. Oop, well, there's Agnès' clock. I am curious. I'll go all out here. I will actually use my special as well. Actually, I'll do what I should do, which is the special crit rate for breaking waves on all foes. Have Agnès go ahead and just... We'll throw a Curada on everyone, just in case. Ringabel can default, and then Edea. We already dropped his physical defense once, but I'm curious. Will Shell Split drop it a second time? Can it go down to 50, or does it max at 75? I know it'll say it in, like, the stat screen, but I've never actually looked at that. Solid damage. That's a crit on Victor. Ooh, that is not good. I'm glad I used a correct Curada. Okay, it does not go any lower, so now we'll just go all out here. Let's go ahead and raise the number of attacks, followed by a ton of attacks, not on Victoria, on Victor. It's crazy because Victoria actually feels like the bigger threat now. But that's just because she has the Doom, and Victor's biggest threat's hitting us with a holy or a dark attack. Man, that's crazy. That is insane how much damage we're doing there. Ooh, that is not good. I'm glad he went all out there before he dropped, but... Solid crits, solid crits. Okay. So I need to raise, and then I need to Curada everyone. I'm pretty sure his ability's about to run out. I could just special here. It doesn't matter without Tiz up, so we're just going to go all out on Victor. We're actually going to hope for the best here. Yeah, that corpse was not something I was excited about there. But as long as he'll be able to get her up before his turn. So... do I actually have to use my abilities here? I'll probably go all... like, use everything here. Let's go ahead and medication. No, I guess just an item is probably the best here. So let's go ahead and... where is it? a Phoenix down on Agnès, and then a X potion on Agnès. And then we can just use singing to honestly probably get Edea back. While yes, Tiz is good, I think Edea is just more consistent right now. Ooh, that was bad. I'm going to preemptively anticipate Edea dropping here. There's a chance she doesn't, but I'm anticipating it, so. Hit himself with a Curata, huh? Agnès needs to spend a turn defaulting here. I mean, everybody just needs to spend a turn defaulting. We need to build this back up. Yeah, and there's another time on Agnès. So let's do the same thing. Just raise Ringabel back and Curata everybody. Edea can just default. Ooh, that's bad. We're still fine, though. She gets her Curata off. Okay. How are we looking, Victor? We're looking really bad, actually. And by really bad, like, Victor's looking like he's hurt. Let's go ahead and just love power one time. And then shell split Victor one time. Okay. We need to go all out here, so let's just hit Victor a bunch. Agnès is dropping this turn. Let's just default with her to give her more BP next turn. Now let's just try to finish off Victor here. It'll make this fight significantly easier when it's just Victoria casting Doom on us, because we can at least anticipate when each party member is going down, and she won't be doing any damage to us whatsoever, so. Oh, come on. You can't be hitting for 300 like that. No. He's at 1,200. Come on. We'll try to finish this off with Victor here. Ringabel, anticipating we finish it off. We should actually only need a Phoenix down here. We shouldn't need to do anything else. Edea will default with you, though. There we go.
Forgive me, Victoria.
Fool! I didn't say you could die before me!
Yeah, Victoria, you're going to be a joke now. Ooh, she is hitting everyone with corpse right now, though. Okay, we can just take it easy now. Curata. Honestly. Sure, we'll go ahead and sing one more time for love power. But, like, she's not going to be doing anything to us. We just have to hope she doesn't keep casting corpse. If she keeps casting corpse, it's going to be a little bit of a problem, because that means someone's going to be dead at all times, which means I'll never finish this fight. But I don't even need to worry about healing anymore, because she's not dealing any damage. So I can just raise them and keep them at like 200 HP. Their defense is down and we're boosted, so let's go ahead and just attack normally. Hey, you feel good about this, Victoria? Let's go ahead and just one more for you to Tiz a couple times. Wow, she's actually just casting corpse every turn. Which means we might have to decide who, we might have to decide who doesn't get the XP. Also, that's a problem. I see. That is a problem. Uh-oh. I actually did not realize she had dark, and I should have known that. I really don't want to lose this because of that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yep, she drops. No big deal. Ooh, we're actually almost out of Phoenix Downs. This is almost incredibly bad. We need to blitz her down fast. I mean, we can compound probably and find an answer here. But it still doesn't get me too excited about this. Yeah, we just need to get him up before we do anything. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, let's start with a Turbo Ether on myself. And then a Raise on Ringabel. And then a Curata. Oh, this is getting dangerously close, actually. Okay, we're still going. We're still going. No reason to be concerned yet, so I have to Breaking Wave here. Because I have to do this turn. The Love Power, the double Love Power. Yeah, it's not ideal. But it's the best I got. Yep, hitting Edea with the corpse. Okay. Increase number of attacks, and then just attack. On yes, default. Ringabel. We actually need to hit on yes with another ether here. Edea, let's just have you shell split here. Because we are getting to the point where she's going to keep us basically a character dead at all times. So it's going to be hard to build up our BP. So we just need to make sure we are doing our best while we can. Yeah, we'll just go all out here. It's just like, I feel like we're not doing much damage at all through. And I know we are, like, clearly we're doing a good bit of damage. It just doesn't feel that way. Oh, do not double hit Tiz here. Okay, that's actually not good either, though. Because I need to... I just have to hope she doesn't attack Tiz here. If she attacks Tiz, I'm in trouble. Okay, good. I was like I'm in big trouble if she hits Tiz with that. Okay, this is my last Phoenix down. In fact... I might try compounding here. Let me see what I can do to create a Phoenix down real quick. So bad news. There's nothing that you can do to create a Phoenix down. Just a stronger Phoenix down. So... this is my last free revive on yes. In fact, just to guarantee she lives, let's go ahead and throw a X potion at her. Okay, no one's doomed. We got at least 4 turns to kill. Let's do this. I need to get... I gotta get Edea back here. Oh, good. Good default. I'm hoping this is the last time I have to do this. Oh, she's darking twice. No! Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, God. We're fine. We're fine. We are still fine. I mean, I just need him to have HP before we do this. Because if if she darks Tiz right here. Okay, good. Went for Edea twice. Good, good, good. Okay, I think we can do this. I think we just raise the number of attacks and then attack 3 times. She's burnt out here. Actually, because she's burnt out, let's default Cura Edea. Ringabel double of power. Edea shell split. And now we let loose everything. So raise number of attacks and then attack. Default. Default. Go for it. Here we go. Fine win for Agnès, who's defaulting. How close are we? 5,200. I think we can still win this. I think we win this right here. Let's get Tiz back in. Edea can burn out right here. If she crits, we win. Oh, she went for a poison. Yeah, okay. GG's, Victoria.
I couldn't possibly go on without Victor. Not that I was that fond of him, but I did need his treatments. It's better this way. Now I can finally die. Finally.
We get 6,000 XP and 999 JP. That's going to be a level up for, I think, everyone here. Edea, Tiz, Ringabel not, because he just got one. And then we get level 8 Performer. And level 11 Pirate. That's insane. And level 9 Performer. Buff up supportability. You got the Arcanist Asterisk. The Arcanist unleashes awesome power by combining black magic. They have the highest magic stat in the game, and they favor rods. Their specialties absorb magic damage, and their job command is Ritualism. Their stat growth is S in MP, S in Int, and A in Mind. And of course they do favor rods, but they have a C in Staves as well. You also get the Spiritmaster Asterisk. Controls elemental forces to support allies, has the most effective healing magic, and favors staves. The specialty is Save White Magic MP, and the job command is Spiritualism. They have an A rank in Int with an S rank in both MP and Mind. And of course they favor staves, but they also have a C in rods. Let's hurry.
What's wrong, Agnès? Why did you stop?
Wait, Edea, Agnès needs a moment. But we're almost to the Earth Crystal. We should hurry and awaken it. Everlast Tower is just ahead once we pass through Central Command. Edea, my heart aches. I know what this must be like for you. I'm sorry. Agnès.
Agnès, hurry. If we don't awaken that crystal, the whole world will get swallowed up in darkness. We didn't come this far just to stop now, did we? There's only one to go. Awaken the Earth Crystal and it's all over.
Let's go, Agnès. Together, the world is waiting for us to awaken this crystal. I know I must go, I know, but...
Right. Everyone else in?
I'll go. Of course we're coming. And so, we get 2 brand new jobs there. Let's take a look at them. First, we have the Arcanist. As you saw, this is basically your upgraded version of your Black Mage. They don't come with black magic abilities, so they can't just straight up cast black magic. However, they have their own specialties. Their specialty is absorb magical damage. You recover HP equal to 25% of the damage taken from a magic attack. It is not triggered by damage from poison, nor by damage that results in a KO. So if you take 500 damage from a magic attack, you will heal 25% of that. So very, very good specialty, but nothing game-breaking. Your ability list is Corpse. Has a 75% chance to place one target in the Doom state. You have a Black Magic Amp, which raises the MP cost of Black Magic by 1.5 times and raises its damage by 1.25 times. Not really worth it. You have Exterminate. Deals a tremendous amount of dark damage to all allies and enemies who are in the poison state. So this is what she was going to hit you with. If she was able to poison you, she would have done an insane amount of dark damage to every single one of your allies. But you now can do it. So if you poison them, you can hit them with Exterminate. You get your absorb magical damage. Then you have Twilight. Instantly slay all enemies and all allies and enemies who are in the sleep state. You have Save Black Magic MP, lower the MP cost of Black Magic. You have Sacrifice. Sacrifice 25% of your maximum HP to raise your magic attack by 50% for 3 turns. Then you have Zero. Raise the damage of magic attack to 1.5 times normal when the last digit of your current MP is 0. Convergence. Increase the damage of magic that can only be group cast to 1.5 times normal by narrowing its focus to a single target. You have Annihilation. Unleash a dark magic-based attack on all allies and enemies with -1 BP or less. Note that the lower the target's BP, the more damage will be dealt. You have Status Ailment Amp. Raises the chance of imparting a status ailment. You have Inequity. Unleash a dark magic attack on all allies and enemies with 1 or more BP. You have Max Black Magic. The MP cost of Black Magic doubles, but it also does 1.5 times more damage. And you have Intermittent. Deal high dark damage to all enemies. So, as you can see, you might be able to guess it. This is not a class or a job that I would recommend. The reason for it is because it's very reliant on throwing status effects on your enemies, which you don't do naturally here. So, like, Exterminate's really cool, but you have to have your enemies in poison. If they're immune to poison or resistant to poison, you're never going to be able to use Exterminate. Same with Doom. If they're resistant to Doom, it's not good. Twilight's the same with Sleep. Then you have things like your Sacrifice and Annihilation, or your Annihilation and Iniquity. If both enemies or allies are at a certain BP state, they don't take damage. And most enemies are usually at 0 BP anyways. So it's very tough to actually line this up to hurt enemies and will almost always just hurt your allies. The best thing here truly is Intermittent. If you get to that level 14, that is a high dark damage to all enemies, which we haven't really had a way to deal dark damage up to this point. So you're able to deal that maximum dark damage if you can get this up to level 14. But it's going to be very, very tough to get to 14. And honestly, you're not going to want to be running this ability list just for its capstone ability, Intermittent. So unfortunately, I think it's kind of a letdown when it comes to black magic. I just don't think it's that powerful, and it relies too much on a different class. However, the Spiritmaster, you cannot say the same thing about. Your Spiritmaster's specialty is Save White Magic MP. It lowers the MP cost of white magic by 25%. That's phenomenal. I mean, just truly, that is a great, great ability to have. You just throw that on with your white mage. Even if you're not running this job, you throw that on with your white mage, you can heal an insane amount. Then for your abilities, you have Stillness. Damage to all allies and enemies will be nullified for 2 turns. You can just take 2 turns to not deal any damage. You can, if you want to, burn your BP, make it so you just go full heal mode. Nobody takes any damage. You can still, if the enemy burns through BP, if you see they're about to activate like their ultimate move, you activate this, it's nullified. No damage is taken. Not too great, especially because it costs BP, but it can help out if you're the last one standing and you need to get your allies up. You have Holy One, which lowers your physical attack by 25%. Oh no. But boosts the effectiveness of recovery magic by 2.5 times. Crazy, right? Like, you're not going to be doing physical damage with her anyways, or with any healer. So it just boosts the effectiveness of recovery magic by 2.5 times. That's wild. Your cures are basically curas, and your curas are basically the curadas. You have Greater Spirit Ward, which most of these do cost BP, but you're really doing it for the regular abilities. Oh, I'm not even starting at level 1. Let me go back up for you. You have Spirit Ward at level 1. All elemental damage to the selected ally is nullified for 4 turns. So you can just make it so they won't take any magical damage. You have Auto Shell, which is invoke shell on yourself for 10 turns at start of battle. Not too crazy, but still good. Magic defense 20%. Again, not too crazy, but still solid. You You have Fairy's Aid. Boosty targets elemental attack to deal 1.5 times normal damage for 5 turns. Unfortunately, we don't really use a magic caster at this point, but it is really good to be coupled with a magic caster. You have Convert BP. This is a really, really solid skill. You sacrifice 25% of your maximum MP to raise your BP by 2. This helps in a bind. If you need to go ahead and cast that ability we went over earlier, you just convert BP. You lose 25% of your maximum MP, but you do increase your BP by 2. You have Save White Magic MP, which again, a level 6 ability. Even if you don't want to use the Spiritmaster, have your White Mage get up to level 6 to get your save your White Magic MP. You have Adaptation. The selected ally absorbs all elemental damage for 4 turns, so instead of nullified, you actually absorb it. So if you have a very heavy magic user, just go ahead and throw that on every ally every turn, and they'll basically never get, they'll never be able to get hit by magic damage, especially if it's a pure magic user. We already went over Stillness. We already went over Holy One. This is Greater Spirit Ward. All elemental damage to all allies is reduced by 4 turns, so if you don't want to absorb it, you can reduce it instead. You have Fairy Ward. Render all allies immune to every status effect for 5 turns. They're immune to it. Moderation for all allies and enemies with 1 BP or more. Reduce BP by 1, and for those with negative 1 BP or more, raise BP by 1. So if for whatever reason you ever BP drain yourself, you can use Moderation and it will bring everybody else up, which is really, really solid. Again, if you put yourself in a bad spot in a boss fight, you just have your Spiritmaster here raise the BP of all your allies. You then have Enigma, nullify all elemental damage taken by all allies for 4 turns. I mean, truly, this is a game changer in later fights whenever they're doing elemental damage. You just default 3 times, get her BP up to 3, activate Enigma, default 3 times, activate Enigma. You basically can infinitely take 0 elemental damage on all allies for 4 turns over and over and over again. It can be insane whenever you're fighting mages late game. And then finally, maximize HP. Maximum HP doubles only during battle. This is just an ability, like, probably at the last part of the game when you're just grinding up abilities. Put this on every person. Maximize HP is insane. You double your maximum HP when you're battle. There's not a single person. Just like how dual wield is great for pretty much anybody, maximize HP is good for pretty much anybody. You can see it's not the best. Spiritmaster isn't, you're not casting spells or anything, but the abilities and the synergy it gives to your white mages is very, very powerful, which is exactly why Agnès will be grabbing Spiritmaster as her final job. I do want her to still prioritize white mage. However, for the time being, we do need to start working on this. And when you have your specialty save white magic MP, I think that's just better than the white mage one, right? Yeah, self-healing. The Spiritmaster just has a better ability there. We don't need to change anything else out here. We could go ahead and swap out all of our poison resistance. So let's see what we got here. I want to give her the thing that makes it so that way... Ooh, raises mind, actually. Yeah, we'll give her that. And then for you, we want to go back to, I think, the Gale hairpin. For you, what was it? It was... No, his was the Hermes boots. His was Hermes sandals. Raises agility. His was the Gale hairpin that allies for strike rate. It's actually not great. It doesn't do anything. Yeah. Doesn't really do anything outside of like, it doesn't help boss fights. We'll grab it anyways. And then, Edea, you just want the highest damage I can give you, so where's your physical attack? Was it not? Yeah, there it is. Power bracers. And there we go. They're all reset. Let's check Agnès' abilities real quick, just because, unfortunately, time magic, there's a lot of people that like time magic, and, like, when you get Meteor, it's really solid. Same with, I think, Re-Raise is really good, because that's enable one ally to automatically recover from KO, so you don't even, like, you can basically get ahead of it, so that way you don't have to cast Raise. Again, Meteor's really, really powerful, but unfortunately, I don't think it's good on your White Mage. I think you're better off just having this combo right here. That way you increase your healing potency of it. And I think this is a good spot to be at right now. I just want to double check, make sure there's not anything else I can throw on. I mean, we already have that on. I don't care about any of those. I don't care about any of those, so yeah. Really, really good spot to be at right now. So, I don't think there's anything else we can find in here. This also is technically a, like, safe zone. You're not going to be fighting any enemies here or anything. So we'll just run back to the center area here. I really need to make sure we hit this heal real quick. Let's go ahead and... Honestly, I'm going to heal first. I know I usually don't like doing that, but let's just heal first just to make sure we're dropping a good save here. And then let's go ahead and save up. And with that, guys, I think this is a good place to wind things down. I know it's coming in the next episode. I think this next part of the dungeon is actually very, very unique and going to be very fun. It's not going to be too long of a dungeon, but I do think this next part of the game is very, very cool. And we are very close to being able to get Edea's final job, which is considered one of, if not the most powerful job in the game. But all of that will wait for the next episode. I will see you guys then.